Yeah, the Terrex Agravic Tech Pro. I had seen those shoes at the ISPO in Munich in 2020, the last ISPO which actually took place before COVID hit us really badly. It was already a bit of an issue during that time, and they really appealed to me. I had some Terrex, I'm not even sure if Terrex existed at that time, but definitely some Adidas boots before, which I always took out when winter came for winter running. And so this is what got me to looking at Adidas again. These are what got me to looking at Adidas again. Also and especially because I rather like or used to like the BOA system. I had shoes with that when the North Face made a few of them in cooperation with Dean Karnassus. Then BOA disappeared, and now in recent years it has been coming back with quite the vengeance. And well, I like my running also in winter, so I am always interested in seeing shoes which are made for winter running. Well, and the Agravic Tech Pro turned out to be a very peculiar and very interesting example of that. They look a lot like boots when you see them like that. They are relatively heavy. The size that is used for saying the weight is having 420 grams, so those have a bit more. They are quite heavy, but they are actually less of a boot than they look like, because you have that, you have the zip, so you have this complete integrated gaiter, but this integrated gaiter is not waterproof, it's water resistant, and what it hides is what is basically a shoe. So you have a running shoe on the inside pretty much, a liner that goes down from the tongue to the bottom of the sole where it meets the upper. So again, something like on the Speed Ultra, something that wraps around the foot very nicely. In this case, it's not so flexible by itself, or not so grippy, elastic by itself, but it gets attached closer to the foot with the BOA system on the outside. So with a sort of lacing, but that means that you just open it. It's easy. I've recently come into some issues, it seems. It's quite easy still to open them, to get in. So you have this shoe basically where you get in. Then you have the gaiter, you close around it, around your foot with the zip. You have that, which closes very nicely. Then you pull it down and you twist to close them. You have quite a thick boost sole, so quite some cushioning as usual from Adidas Continental. Your rubber lugs that have been used up a fair amount. I have been running in those shoes again already for a few 100k. Yeah, and the lugs are again not the deepest but deeper and nicely shaped, nicely directed into different directions so that they grip very nicely. The shoes are quite flexible, quite nicely cushioned, but also for something which is rather strongly, robustly built, not too cushioned. You still get some feel for the ground, but it is a good protection. So for example, I have been using those, well, whenever there was some snow last winter, I immediately took those and went running in them. But also at the beginning of July, when I went to a trail race in the mountains, to the Ötztal Glacier Trailrun, you can find a video of mine showing what that was like, showing, wow, a lot of it. I took those because I had prepared well, looking at what this route is going to be like. It became clear that there was going to be quite a few creek crossings, quite a bit of water, And that immediately made me say, yeah, sure, so I would maybe like the Speed Ultra for the lower weight, but those are going to be good. And yeah, there was one wet rock which was very polished, on which I slipped and stumbled a bit, but otherwise the grip was perfect. The cushioning was perfect to make me able to run the whole distance. It was just the marathon distance, 42k, but with 3000 meters nearly in the ascent and in the descent, so a lot to do. And with those I was in comfort, also over rocks, also on the gravel roads we had there, on the trails of course, and also splashing through creeks. It was just fun, it was nice. They were not too hot for me. This maybe bears saying. The rubber toe guard worked pretty well most of the time. As you can see, there are no bad errors in the material, no faults, no defects. There's a nice rubber grip, rubber band around them. The heel cup is quite strongly built. So again, with the boa closure, nice grip, nice protection, nice cushioning. You are in those shoes very nicely. You can run in them with thicker socks in the winter, in the cold, but you can also take them into the mountains in the summer, or at least I could, and I found them really nice to run in. And it does not hurt that they are a bit of a looker. They do make people say, wait a second, what is it that you have got there? And I don't mind it.